but it is a problem that if we don't fix it over time, it will become a bigger problem, and it's something that I want to solve right now. Appreciate you, dude.
There he is.
What's up, dude? You sent us these pictures and we're like, bro, the logos turned out so sick.
It's our job, all of us, as office, as technicians, as owners, everything, to help the clients understand how the unit works so they have a better experience.
You ready to rip?
Let's get it.
Dude, I feel like we've been out of sync recently. I got an idea, one sec.
Oh, yeah.
Much better.
That's better.
Much better. Let's go see how the team's doing. We gotta make sure everyone's on the same page. Team's growing, dude. Caleb's back. Logan's grinding. There's a lot of moving parts now, so we gotta make sure we're all on the same page. How you doing, dude? Good?
Give me a second.
Give me thumbs. How we doing? You working?
Good. What's up, chat?
You working?
What up, chat?
You grinding?
Working, trying to.
Brenton's not here this week though, so we don't get him in it.
So we're feeling out of sync just with that.
Yeah, dude. We're
not here.
just not feeling the same.
Yeah.
So what are we? So
We are
this
now
video-
in sync.
Yes. No, the biggest things that we are realizing, and like as we're going to spring, as we're scaling our team, we're all solving different problems, so we all have to make sure we're all on the same page, which is a harder problem than we thought. We've never had to deal with it before. So we're gonna figure out how we do it.
Across all departments, technicians, office, sales, marketing, everyone's gotta be on the same page, or else it's gonna be buck wild, and it's gonna get buck wild real quick.
Yep. Dang.
Dogs.
And now we got dogs in the warehouse, so it's getting more buck wild. So yeah, let's get into it.
Other announcements? Malvin's last day tomorrow.
No, end of an era.
End of an era. So, round of applause for Malvin, everybody. Malvin put a good, 3 years? Malvin put a good 3 years of blood, sweat, and tears into the company. We appreciate it. End of an era, meaning...
Can I say something about
We're gonna
mine
miss you.
that I
Yeah.
explained to everyone, but not people in this room?
Any last words?
This is how he showed up to work.
No, pause.
That's why it's his last day.
You got it right up on his last day.
Last words, it's been a blast.
It's been a blast. You heard it here first.
So this is the final words for Malvin. One of the things I'm most grateful for Malvin, besides him being so handsome and flirting with all the moms.
No, thank you.
When he came into the business, we were at a very pivotal part where we were transitioning to commission, and we also couldn't get any of our technicians to get reviews. And I think the problem with it was no one believed that was possible. And the cool thing was Malvin came into the business. He not only proved that like getting a bunch of reviews was possible, but also doing over $1,500 a day was possible, and that he proved that our commission structure worked. It instilled the belief into all of our other technicians that like they could also be great. Malvin was kind of the turning point from like how we used to run Mint into like the new way that we used to run with our new structure for techs. Appreciate you, dude. On to bigger and better things, but thank you for everything you've done for the company.
Say something.
Malvin he was the first wave of like working interviews. He was the first. He was the first guy I did a working interview for.
Yep.
Well, he showed up wearing a do-rag, and I was like,
That was crazy
we don't wear do-rags here. So I asked him, I was like, how do you feel about getting Google reviews? And he's like, oh, it's not a problem at all. And I'm like, okay, whatever. His first week by himself, yeah, he got like 10 or something, whatever. Talk the talk.
Talk the talk and walk the
And
walk.
walk the walk. Sorry, that's what I meant. Walk the walk.
You guys just have to hire people that are like me.
Perfect.
Handsome.
Good talkers.
Presentation by Gatlin. So you guys can understand what the service plan agreement is.
That's one of the biggest parts. That's like we're focusing a lot on client communication, and I think giving you guys the tools to be successful and you guys knowing more about your job gives you the ability to like sound more professional and provide a better experience for the client. So we had this idea, and we're like, we are going to have no contracts, no cancellation fees, and we're gonna make rescheduling super easy for our clients. We were like very anti-contract because we were just like, if we just make the client experience better, most likely people will sign up for plans and people will stay. And it worked. And so within 2 years, we scaled the business from 316,000 to 1.3 million, and with over 1,000 people on plans. So like something worked, right? So this is what was supposed to happen. When we signed someone up for a quarterly, we wanted them to have 4 services a year. So basically spring, summer, fall, winter, it would happen every 3 months. But that's not what's happening. So we had a problem. What we wanted to happen wasn't happening.
And this is what was actually happening. So instead of getting 4 services a year, our clients kept saying this, is like, well, can we wait a little bit? And so we'd sign them up in the spring, and then summer would come around, they're like, I'm not quite ready yet. And so they're like, can I push my service off? And we're like, sure, because we had told clients that they could do that. Breaking down the agreement now. So a service agreement is a tool for us as a team to set proper expectations to reduce churn. Churn is like the opposite of retention, so it's basically like the people that are leaving. But if the client does want to cancel, all that we ask is that they give us the discount back that we gave them on the first visit. Say a client signs up for quarterly and they want to cancel after the first visit, we ask that they give us the $100 discount back. If they cancel after the third visit, we still only ask for the discount that we gave them on the first visit. And so it's always just whatever the first visit was. So $100 or $50 depending on their plan. It is our job, all of us, as office, as technicians, as owners, everything, to help the clients understand how the agreement works so they have a better experience.
Look at who's working at the office. Who's never here.
This is my nap time, but I still make sales. I make sales in my sleep.
Nico has been ripping though. He's been absolutely ripping. So shout out to Nico. Oh, it's bright. It's way too cold out here. Let's actually, let's shoot this on my desk.
There we go.
How's the height? We chilling?
Good enough. Brenton's not here, so
We've been dialing in our agreement. I mean, we've had our agreement dialed for a while.
Yeah.
The problem is the only person that's really understood the agreement was like me. Honestly, just like me.
yeah.
Like I feel like the office team kind of knew it. You kind of knew it,
Yeah.
and the technicians didn't know it at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if we're really dialing that in and we're becoming like more of a sales first company, like we need everyone within the entire company to fully understand how do service plans work, how does the auto bill work, how does the auto schedule work, how do credits work,
Yeah.
how do all these things work so then the technicians can actually sound like the professional and they actually sound educated when they show up to the job.
Yeah. We're really learning how to, I mean, at least for me, it's always hard to get like what is in here, get it out of my mouth into a way that others understand it. I think it's been going good, and we're going to be making a push this year also for technicians to upsell clients on their plans. So how are they going to be able to upsell a client on a plan when they don't even know how the plan or how the agreement works?
Yeah.
They need to know it just as well as our sales and as our office knows it.
It's going to take all year to get that
Yeah.
like super dialed. Obviously, I think we'll see a good improvement within the next couple months going into spring.
Yeah.
But for everyone to get as dialed as we need them to be, it's just going to take a year of practice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
As the company scales, there's more and more people on the team. It's like, how do we make sure we're all on the same page, speaking the same language,
Yeah.
understanding the same things?
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Especially when you have a team of 10 technicians, we have 3 office people, we have a salesperson, we have a leadership team, we have all these people, and it's like, it comes down to something as simple as like, not even everyone understands the service agreement. So
Right.
imagine all the things that we all have to get on the same page on.
Yeah.
We've been selling service agreements over the phone for a very long time, and like our whole process has been like sell them up front over the phone, and then technicians just show up and do the service. And now we're pushing into a phase where I think not max it out, but we're pretty good at selling it up front. And we're like, can we maximize it even more on the back end, and also give the technicians the opportunity to sell and make more commission? The more times you ask to get them on a plan, the more likely you are to get them on a plan.
Yeah. There's 3 points of contact that you need to do with the agreement so that it actually like the client understands it. The sale, point of sale, and then the point like the onboarding, the office onboarding, and then the technician needs to also explain the agreement at the door with them. Then they're gonna understand like the gist of it.
What they actually signed up for.
Yeah, what they signed up for.
And that's the thing with the technicians knowing the agreement. It's not just about sales. It's also about setting proper expectations for clients that already bought the plan in the office. It's on the techs to do both, like sell and set proper expectations.
For sure. And provide a great service.
And
So they stay on a plan
and be handsome.
and be handsome.
Probably for the next couple of months, there's going to be some content on Ian training techs on the agreement and just like overall setting proper expectations with clients. So
Yeah, definitely not exciting stuff, but necessary stuff. So.
yeah. Not that it's not fun, but it's just like not as exciting. It's just like
Yeah.
do the same thing over and over and over and over again, and make sure like and like drill it into your team to where we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. So we got a visitor. Say what's up, George. George from the group. He's from the Mint Movement.
Yep. Drove up from Phoenix. He's
Fellow AZ boy.
fellow AZ
Yep, come on
boy.
now.
He's going up to Montana. Stopped here in Orem as a halfway. Spent the night here. say what's up, check out the warehouse. He wasn't able to make the event.
No, it was cool. I just sat in on
the leadership meeting.
I am like super impressed. Just the camaraderie. You can tell you guys have like a huge vision. To see like the other leaders, like the roles that they play,
Yeah.
super impressive. I feel like a pimple on like an elephant. I'm like, yeah, you guys are crushing it. So
Yeah. Well, thanks, dude.
I feel like the team and the systems are pretty dialed to where like
yeah.
things run smoothly.
Well, that's what I'm like recognizing is like you guys going over all the reporting and the numbers. Like that's something that I feel like I've been lacking in. You know, like something that I could probably step up
Yeah.
to be. You know, more dialed in with numbers and.
Well, and like I think our leadership team, like it doesn't compare to how much revenue we're doing. Like we're definitely like have put a huge focus on building a leadership team to build the foundation. Then we can take the revenue and like exponentially growth because we're gonna have the foundation of the leadership team. So
no, that's what you guys are doing well with is like foundation is rock solid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no doubt you guys will be there. So
hopefully.
You want to give us some? What do you think? What do you think the Mint movement did?
Oh yeah.
Has it been helping?
Yeah.
How are the
it's been
videos?
it's been legit. Well, I got like 18 hours of driving, so I got plenty of time to like munch on those.
Did you listen to the whole thing, the whole event?
The first one
Day
they
one.
dropped?
Yeah.
That one.
You listen to that video?
Yeah.
It's like 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, in between calls and I'm sitting there like driving and like taking calls and it's been great. I feel like once I leave, I'm gonna call my wife and just. It's pretty incredible.
Debrief.
Like just no, I strategically was like, dude, I'm coming here because I'm gonna write off this whole trip. You know?
Yeah, clutch.
And now we have proof. So if you
yeah. Yo, IRS, I'm here. But and honestly too, it's like, sitting in this meeting, I'm like thinking like, dude, I kind of want to bring my team in and like, kind of show them like, the Mint movement. And, like, kind of get them to buy in more. So just because the culture here is like unmatched. I mean, I just haven't seen anything like that before. So it's
one of the hardest things I think for like in business is getting the team to believe in what you're trying to build. I think one of the more powerful things that we had to work for 6 years to build enough proof to where people were bought in and they believed the thing that we're trying to do. Whereas like now you guys can kind of like piggyback off of our proof and be like, hey, see what Mint did? That's what we're gonna build, it's possible. Check out what we're doing, see the culture and be like, oh, we can build, like, see how our technicians feel about their jobs and like what their life actually looks like, and then they can believe that for themselves. Like if they can take that and be more bought into what you're building, that would be like a huge win.
No, that's the plan. Whole crew's coming up.
Yeah. Let's get you a hat, dude.
Yeah, get him a hat.
Where are the hats? Are they right here?
No. Oh yeah. I put them right here. There we go. Get this boy a hat.
I love my son, but I love Mint too.
Got the camel hat. Yeah. We can't ever move because then we have to buy our own forklift.
For real.
Oh yeah, this is great. Yeah, I could go get it.
Why don't you tell us about it, dude?
So
Tell us how this thing works, because we don't know how it works.
it works with this button. This is all you do. You push the button and it all turns
Oh,
off.
sick. Perfect. Thank you for making it easy.
Nice. Yeah, so you got your Tucker system is all inside here. This controller you can control on and off and flow rate. Now the pressure washer does charge the battery like we talked about.
But if
you sit it inside, you can just plug it in.
We can just keep an extension cord
Yep.
in the truck just in case.
You sent us these pictures and we're like, bro, the logos turned out so
It
sick.
looks so nice.
Because we weren't expecting it when we saw it, we're like, that's sick.
I was just telling Ian, it was supposed to be a surprise.
Yes.
Don't just.
Yeah.
This thing's sick.
Dude, it's so
It's
sick.
so simple.
Dude.
It's so simple. I wish I had the other one here. It's so overkill.
We designed ours not knowing anything, and obviously you designed this knowing everything.
Yeah.
And so it's like you could tell the difference.
Yeah, it's good.
No, you're straight. Yeah, you're straight. Dang, just replacing the last one.
For real. This is where we like to keep our pressure washing skids.
Yeah, just throw it.
Yeah, we like to keep our pressure washing skids right there. There she is, dude. She's landed.
I think in blue collar, there's a lot of like super faith driven guys. And it's cool because like that's the type of people that we attract. And I don't think that we talk about it enough.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because I would say like at least like 80% of the guys that I've talked to, it's all come down to like, yeah, cool, I'm building the business, but like how does this affect my faith as well?
Yeah.
A lot of times we treat them very separately of like, this is my faith and this is my business, when in reality it's like we need to figure out a way to like intertwine them all because they're all the same thing.
Yeah.
But
I think it resonates with a lot of guys because at the end of the day, yeah, they are intertwined, you know? And the two greatest commandments is love God, love people. So like you're fulfilling that second law in a lot of ways, like loving your team, you know, and then loving clients too, like that kind of thing. So just like hearing that from you, I was like, oh, that's legit, you know. I think this business can be a great platform. A lot of the time, like if you're out like outside of like business and work, it's like, how do you share your faith?
Right.
It's kind of hard, you know. This business gives you a great platform to be able to do that. Like first with your team, but also like the ripple effect from that. You know?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think everyone just has like different paths. Like when I was younger, I used to think that I didn't think that like I was better than people, but I thought that I was like very judgmental because I was like, everyone should do what I do. Because I think for me, I learn more about God through the struggles that I make in my business. Like I use my business as a way to learn more about God, right? And like that's just like, that's how my brain works.
Yeah.
But then there's also people that like, they do music and they learn through music, and like by learning how to play piano and learning to play guitar, and like that's how their brain works, and then that teaches them more about God.
Yeah.
And so it's cool because I think all of us think in the same way of like, our businesses are just mediums to like better our relationship with God, and like we're going through something hard. It's like, how can we rely on Him more than ourselves? And like there's so many lessons that we can learn through that. It's way easier to relate with people that learn in the same way, and like the community that we're building, and like people on the YouTube and like in blue collars, like that is a lot of us learn and like can get closer through God through the medium of business.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times like we try to keep them separate, when in reality like that's the point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
anyways.
there's this book called The Monk and the Merchant. How it's like some people are called to be a monk. They're more like they're maybe supposed to work in the church.
Yeah.
And then there's like the merchant that's like, if you have more of like a business mind, like maybe like that's your purpose, that's your calling, and you know you can fund the kingdom.
Yeah.
You can still like share your faith within your business. So.
Yeah.
But no, I see that. It's pretty evident. So it's not. It doesn't even really have to be spoken of. It just is like
You can feel it.
yeah. It's Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
It's like that spills over. So it's been cool to see that. So
Heck yeah, dude. Dude, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Dive me
yeah.
out, dude. Come on. Appreciate you, though. Thanks for coming out.
yeah. No, I appreciate you. Let me roll through. So let me know about the tours, like warehouse tours.
Yeah, dude.
Like we'll come up in August.
Heck
so
yeah. No, that'd be sick.
Get out of that 115 degree.
Yeah,
heat,
dude.
so.
For real.
There he is.
What's up, dude? Welcome back.
Long time no see.
He's alive. Welcome back to Utah. Tell him where you've been
This dude hasn't been here for. Don't tell him where you've been. Tell him who you are, because no one even knows who you are.
and where you've been.
I'm Caleb. I started a window cleaning business in 2020. Grew it to a few employees, and then I met Gat. Long story short, we ended up partnering up and then been on the Mint team ever since.
So if anyone's ever like, oh, you guys talk about Caleb, who's Caleb? This is Caleb. He's just been traveling the world, working remote. Let's tell the people, let's do a little Gat Caleb talk. Let's tell the people what we do. Turn this thing on so it looks good. Oh! I think that you're more of like a ghost in the business.
Yeah, so throughout the years, I've done like so much different stuff. Obviously started my own thing. We partnered up. Then I figured out like the pressure washing thing, like skids, how we were gonna pricing, how to actually do the service. 2023, I pivoted over to citrus. Started that from the ground up. 2024, I started managing citrus. And then the last half of the year, that's when we shifted again. And at that point, that's when I went over like all the back end stuff. So admin, customer service, kind of the office type stuff.
I think we always just called you like our Swiss Army knife. Like anytime we had a problem that needed to be solved, we just like threw you at it. We're like, hey, go solve the thing. With you coming back, I think it's perfectly lined up with us building the team and getting to where we want to go. And it like feels different.
Feels way different.
We have our defined roles. You know what your roles and responsibilities are now, and now you can just own it rather than you be like the Swiss Army knife that just goes into a million different things.
It's so different being back because when I left, like it was so scrappy. It was just like, we got to do this, we got to do that. Like we were just hopping around from one thing to the next, just like putting out fires and stuff. But it didn't feel like we didn't ever go deep into anything. Us as a team, we were just so focused on like putting out fires that I feel like we never actually got good at our department. We have our roles and we're getting good at that. So it's fun because I feel like I can finally like dive deep on everything and get really good rather than just like putting out fires.
Like because we've been working so hard to get the team on the same page and like making sure our communication is dialed, we've been rolling out some really big projects, and I think they would be really hard to really dial if Caleb wasn't here. So the fact that Caleb's able to be here, it gives us the opportunity to be more hands-on with the things that we're rolling out. Yeah, it's good to have Caleb back. So
Yes, sir.
welcome, dude.
Thanks, bro.
Let's grind. Go get to work.
On 7.
Get out of here.
Go get my computer.
That's good. All right. We'll go through a little company update first. Mint's doing good. Mint Vegas was at a spot where it was like breaking even. Now that we've had Nico come in and do sales, he's been able to do really well and pick up. Conversion rates are about the same, but he's been able to increase plan sales quite a bit. I think like 16 plans last week, which has been really cool to see the impact there. The projects that we're working on the office side and the conversion side, we're starting to see some fruits. We're about to be rolling out our I won't talk about that one yet. But yeah, and then like we're obviously seeing the results on the technician side. Like, I mean, we had like 0 callbacks last week. So Ian's doing a really good job with text. I never thought that communication was ever gonna be a problem in the business. I guess we just weren't ever big enough to where I understood how that could impact the business. We literally have department heads. Like we do have people heading up every department, and every department works so closely together, but they have different roles, making sure we are all on the same page. And like, it's like marketing has its role, but sales role is dependent on marketing's role. And so if marketing doesn't get the leads that are required, then sales can't do sales. But at the same time, if sales aren't converting, that could either be a lead issue, like a lead quality issue, or a conversion issue. And so they both have to communicate super, super well to figure out like where's the actual problem. All of these departments are intertwined. And so something that we really need to start working on is making sure like reporting is consistent, communication is consistent between departments. If we're not communicating properly, what happens is we don't understand what actually is the problem that needs to be solved, and then we end up solving the wrong problem and wasting time. It's a problem that I never saw coming, but it is a problem that if we don't fix it over time, it will become a bigger problem, and it's something that I want to solve right now. We have our leadership meeting every Friday, which is good. It's like me with everyone on the leadership team, and then they all have a department meeting where the customer service, admin, sales, marketing, and service all get to talk together, and they all understand. What other? I don't think you have to adjust it.
Anyways.
Alrighty. Okay. And he's jumping in the office meeting just like that. This is the communication, right? Like Nico pops in, we got to go through some things, make sure we're on the same page, and then now he's jumping into the office meeting that I was talking about. And then we have our technician meeting every Monday, and then I have a one-on-one meeting with every department head. They've informed me of everything. They've also informed the team of everything on Friday, and again, we're all on the same page. I think like the biggest unlock for me, and hopefully this is useful for you guys, is like when your business is small, it's really easy for you all to be on the same page because you are the source of truth. You're like, I decided it's going to be this way. And so I know every single person that I tell the thing to, they know it's exactly how I want it done because I told them, which works, but it's not super scalable. I am not the source of truth. I'm not the one that comes up with everything that needs to be done this certain way, the way that GAT wants to do it. Instead of me telling the team this is how it needs to be done, what I'm trying to empower them to do is they come up with their way of, I mean, they have more context than me in their department, so they can make a better decision than I can. And so their job is to see the problem, come up with the solution, communicate that to me and communicate that to the team so that we can all be on the same page, which I think is way more powerful because you can solve problems faster and you can make decisions faster. But the problem inherently that you see with that, because there's multiple sources of truth, there has to be multiple layers of communication to make sure we're all on the same page. I think I've done a really good job at empowering our team to solve the problems. The problem that you see on the back end of that is if you're not all on the same page, the decision that you can be making can be contradictory. Like they can go against each other and it can cause more problems. So it's like, as long as people can solve problems faster and we're all on the same page on what are the problems that need to be solved, ideally that solves the problem of communication. But I don't have it figured out yet. So once I figure it out, I will report back. But we're gonna keep pushing our team. We're gonna keep communicating. We're gonna keep having our meetings. We're gonna keep doing the thing, and hopefully, and hopefully at the end of this year, we're better. And we see the results that we want. We're gonna have a good week this week. Hope you guys have a great week this week. Keep scaling, getting ready for spring. Let's set a new standard. There we go. We'll wrap it up with that. This classic set the standard, be the standard. Let's all set a new standard together. So yeah, we're out.